the 54th annual Feast of
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General Yohana got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, UPK Natazal, Kwarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about
ISUPK presents the 54th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. Last year we did it big. This year is going to be way big. More brotherhood, more sisterhood, more UPK. On Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, we're going to be at 421 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Raleigh Hotel Ballroom. We call it all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join us.
Your third eye peephole, line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early. This bitch.
Remember, admission to the Passover is $200 per adult. That's $200 per adult. For more information, call 919-697-8257. Call 919-697-8257.
When Westworld. Let's get it. Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make war. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it, feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the beast loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage war. So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Still against all enemies. In high school, you was the man, that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing, dog, I plan to keep. You lose your mind where I'm from, I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul, losing times, wasting steady pace, and you off track, I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping he can save you. But there's power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason, got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest, they gon' to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verify. One West World, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains, so when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have a deep squad. Been rapping since knee high. Now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire, when you hear it, you get baptized. One West World, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in they face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from half knots. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was, from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
This is the ISUPK, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding Junior Hunter. We've been established and teaching the truth since 1969. And also the UPK, we are not affiliated with nobody. If it ain't under the ISUPK, under Commanding Junior Hunter, it is not of the Lord, and you are not in the truth. We are the home of the truth. And with that being said, by us being the home of truth, we are the home for our people that fix the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans problems. We are the only ones who are authorized to really teach this Bible because we've been breaking these scriptures down since 1969. If you have anything of these so-called 12 tribes in America and breakdown based on the Negroes to the Colombians and to the Hispanics to GAD, you heard of that because of the ISUPK. You know, the title of this class, you know, it's Monday night, which is the history class. So we will be discussing the new year, but the same old issues. Last week I brought out how how the New Year's about to come to effect then, and where the whole idea or ideology of New Year's come from. And I think that prior to that we also discussed about Christmas. So today we're just gonna talk about the psychological effect of the New Year's. You know what I'm saying? So last week I broke down how it all started, the origin of it. This week we're gonna talk about like how our people continue to celebrate this holiday and this lifestyle of our oppressors and why they still do it, and the psychological damage it does to not only the child but to the adult and to the family as well. All right, and I got a few scriptures for y'all. I'll be reading an article about what goes on with the whole New Year and so forth and so on. Just bear with me before I pull this up real quick. Also, if y'all got any questions, just put it in the chat. All right, we're gonna go ahead and rock it on now and get started. All right, come in there. All right, so Slocky. Oh, they are. Now these got up in here, but I'm gonna put these jokers on. My other glasses broke. Slocky, I broke them by accident. All right, Slocky, Israel, can y'all see me? YouTube is acting a bit strange. All right, Con is there now. All right. So I'm in here, I'm in the chat. All right, so today we're gonna be discussing the effects of New Year's, the psychological effects, and then what it does to the black Hispanics and Native American family. And what it does is there's before we get to the study of psychology or what happens, just observing in the so-called hood or in the ghetto or in your community, whether you be part of the wealthy or the middle class or the lower class, that's minus the wealthy, because they don't hardly suffer anything when it comes to this type of lifestyle, as it pertains to the topic at hand. We've seen people work their behinds off just to give that child a toy that will be broke within the first 2 weeks of them purchasing it. We've seen our women and our mothers and our aunties and grandmothers work so hard and to go buy toys before they even pay rent. Go buy these toys before they even put food in the house. We're seeing them break their backs in just to make sure that this child's gonna get this Christmas gift. Now here's the flip side to that. They did all that stuff just to make sure they can have this gift, but they never work as hard to better put themselves in a position how they can collectively come together. They didn't work hard to put it into like some type of school or some type of small business that can start out small but then grow to be a large business. Or to put that into the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not take that money, put it into the family, that way the family can eat and benefit off of it, versus you just going to some store that was probably made in China, made in Korea. It's probably old, outdated products that they could not sell all year, and they have a doorbuster sale to get you to go buy it, and you just go out and buy it because that's what you thought was right to do. But so I got a hold to an article, and in that article, it talks about primarily focus on women and the psychological damage that it has done to women. Now, I'm not sure if y'all who's familiar with mental health, but that happens to be my field. I'm also in school for it, as far as nursing, and I will in psychology basically want to study like the mind, you know, and how it operates and the chemical balance of whether it be proper or not, stuff, so forth and so on. And it's just the study of people. And in this article, it talks about how women was just so distraught and evil because either they could not get the gifts to give their child, or those on the other end were like they didn't get the gifts that they had desired from like their father or their boyfriends or their mother, so forth and so on. In this article, I'm gonna just, matter of fact, let me go ahead and just get on into it. In the sense of just talking about it, Salaki, I'll try to pull it up on the TV. So Salaki, I'm try to have that up and run over the next couple weeks. All right, so it's called the Irish Times, and in this article, it says the title of it is "Why Do Some Women Feel a Murderous Rage at Christmas?" Now, who in the Christmas spirit, as I broke down in the last class, the society tells you that you got to be all happy and jolly and so merry and wonderful time of the year. That old melody. It's a wonderful time. And last week's class, I brought out how people was getting trampled over at the stores. Like they become criminals, like to break down these doorbuster deals. No pun intended. They literally busted down those doors just to go buy something, fight people, just to go pick something up and just purchase it. Like if you don't broke into the store, and it baffles me as to why you break into a store just to go buy something. Like why not just take all of it? You know, you done broke the damn door down. You done went upside somebody else's head and pushed little children down just to go out, just to go out and buy the item. So on those doorbuster deals. So like, you know, as society says that, you know, wonderful time of the year, right? But in this article, based on the studies that they've done, it says a lot of women feel a murderous rage at Christmas. It is not by accident that we have been lied to. We have been hoodwinked when it comes to the idea or ideology of celebrating Christmas. And I won't focus on American holidays. I just say all man-made holidays is not authorized by the Bible. When it means like the Bible tells you what days to celebrate. So all these holidays you should not partake into, all right? All right, so here's how it starts off, right? It says, a lot of women don't enjoy Christmas because they're so busy making it fabulous for everyone else, says psychotherapist Stella O'Malley, author of Bully Proof Kids, who refers to this festive season as a mental load on women. So it's a mental load on women. So you imagine you that mother and you working hard to satisfy these badass kids. I mean, it's like these bad kids, and they all snobbish and making you feel bad because they didn't get the right toy, or you didn't spend enough money, or their shoes. They wanted the Jordans, the Jordan 12, but you got the Jordan rings. It's like number 22 or something. Who knows? But the point is, you work so hard, and then you find out you bought all these gifts, and you find out those people aren't even appreciative of it, and they throw it right back in your face. So that is a mental load that women will have to take on when it comes to Christmas and that time of the year. But why is it, if anybody in the chat, why is it that we think, why is it, based on what the article was just saying, why is it that our women takes on such a terrible load? All right. Con, I got you. Why is it that our sisters take on these terrible loads, and when they cannot handle it, when they cannot manage the type of pain, the type of letdown, the type of guilt that comes with the Christmas, because it happens every year. Like you had a year to plan for it. You had a year to not celebrate. You had a year to find the next best thing, and yet still you wait until end of October, November, and then we'll do during through December to work as many hours as you can, just to go buy this toy. When you could have been working on the whole year earlier, save up and then just buy the toy whenever you wanted to. But I'm finna finish reading in this on this article. It says, there we go. It says, I see it in my friends and relations. It's very gender driven. It's all about the woman believing in the fun, and the Christmas is in their hands. She says, adding that sometimes the responsibility can become too much. Yeah, like I was on I didn't even save it on TikTok, which I got some more videos coming out on TikTok. There was a video I came across on TikTok, and it was some Edomite woman talking about how women plan and men don't plan. How she said like how it infuriates women because women don't understand the plan of men not having a plan. It goes a little something like this. She'll say like a woman will plan for something, and when it goes wrong, she's a total train wreck. She'll say men, they don't plan on things to go right. They anticipate or plan on things going wrong. So when stuff hits the fan, they're calm and smooth, and that agitates women. The point is, men usually in our demeanor, we anticipate things failing, which means we have a plan B. Which most women, they have their plan A, they don't even think about a contingency plan, a plan B or C. They can't even get to B, let alone get to a third plan. The point is, people don't plan for things to fail, and when you're not anticipating something to fail, there's no way to bounce back. There's no way to adjust. So when you work hard for something and you don't get your way, it creates even a further burden onto you. And that's why a lot of women go out and be so enjoying of this whole Christmas lifestyle and festivals, because they got to get their kids this and get their kids that. As men, we were like, well, what the hell with it? Who gives a damn? Why would I even care about Christmas? It's just a day. I don't need society to tell me when I need to buy gifts, right? So, but women work so hard to get these things, to make everything go according to plan. But things happen, and things don't always go according to plan. And when things backfire, they break down completely. They get inside of a fury, they get inside of a rage. They get extremely emotional. They break down, they might cry, etc. Now you got your few outliners where like they might have a plan B and they'll work hard for something else. I'm not speaking literally for every woman, but I'm saying just in general. When things don't go my way, they tend to break down. I'm going to finish reading on this article. It says, when a woman works too hard, she can become stressed and turn into a bit of a cross patch. Women can get very stressed over Christmas to the extent of experiencing murderous rage. That's because when you kill yourself with effort, you lose all sense of perspective, along with all the fun and joy and happiness. It's a problem. When it says, I'm going to reread it. It says, women can get very stressed over Christmas to the extent of experience a murderous rage. I wonder how many people be dying around Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Based on this article, how many of you women out there just knocking people off because you work so hard and you still didn't get the toy you wanted? Like, we already seen people get beat up over doorbuster deals. I can only imagine if you went to go buy, you anticipate having a big Christmas and you got nothing. I can only imagine if you go out to buy a toy, you find out somebody else bought the item before you. Like, they bought the same gift and they opened up their own present before you. So now they done stole your thunder. Like, look how what this article said, a murderous rage. And these are the women that came out to talk about like their experience with Christmas, their experience of how society used to treat them or what they had to go through to try to make something fun for the kids or to make something fun for their husband or themselves, so forth and so on. But women works too hard and it becomes very stressed. Like, it's telling y'all that women, when they get stressed out, they can have a murderous rage. All right. So it is not by accident that people design who goes out to Christmas, they go out and live this lifestyle, but it don't benefit our people none. You understand? That's a lot here. And I'm gonna pull out some scriptures too. And we're gonna go read a couple scriptures. All right, and why it is that Christmas is generally celebrated all over the earth. It's not just an American holiday. It's celebrated like all over the earth. And the reason why the women have these murderous intent is because of oppression. It's because of slavery. That's the reason why they have this murderous rage. It's because of the reason why the marriage has failed. It's also because of slavery, because we don't know what caused issues in the so-called, well, we do, but society acts like they don't know what causes the issues in the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Do anybody put it in the chat if you know what causes? What's the number one thing when it comes to arguments inside of a married couple's home? What's one of the number one reasons why they have those arguments? If y'all know, put it in the chat, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. Well, I don't have Twitter, but Facebook or YouTube. What's one of the number one reasons why people have arguments? Couples have arguments. I try not to give the answer. Yeah, Sushi, you own it. That is it. That's the that is it. Anybody else? YouTube. But when people have these arguments, and it's not just during the holidays, it's also it's like year round. You got that. So for those of you who don't know, it is finance, like the sister said in chat. Money. That's one of the number one arguments that happens amongst our people. And it's not just, like I said, it's not just around Christmas time. It can be like, after taxes came in, she done spent too much on the credit card. You argue about the credit card bill. Or he done went out with the fellas and spent a little bit too much money at the bar and spent a little bit of their rent money. So, like, these are some of the natural arguments that we have, but it should not be the reason why we divorce. That should not be the reason why we leave our wives, we leave our husbands. But based on society and due to oppression, we leave our people because money can become the tool that people use. Like, hey, I'm not happy, But you know why you're not happy because you didn't get all the things you desired. No, you got your money, you know, but you might want more, or he ain't working as much, so you can't be afforded a certain lifestyle. So in a sense, since you couldn't drive the Benz some series, you might have to downgrade to a Malibu or Chevy or something like that. But they'll say they're not happy anymore. But that was all because of money. He had to downsize. He had a little financial pinch. Money is the main reason people have arguments, and because of slavery, we was taught that due to American society that you have to be able to provide for your woman in order to have a woman. And us coming up, like so for like my grandparents and the great grandparents, like they knew that money wasn't the end all be all. It was a tool that was used, but it wasn't hell bent on getting. You know, society start off with like hip hop, get rich or die trying. You know, all these other sell dope and sell dope to no matter who. Like sell dope to your auntie, sell dope to your father just to get that money. It went from us being together, like we could have been like a millionaire, but they stayed in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like in our neighborhoods, when they had money, whether there was a doctor or a lawyer or a dentist or a judge, everybody still lived in the same neighborhood because that's how tight we were. But if you shift our focus to just to sell out for money, now you get people like who will come out and speak against us. You get people who will come out and do anything for those shackles, like the Judases that are out there. They'll sell out the men who means well and does well for our people, the leaders, and they'll destroy us. Same thing with our marriages. Like they'll find out a way to put things and dangle things in front of our faces that'll make us think that we have to celebrate certain ideologies, certain lifestyles. And all this stuff comes from slavery. The New Year, slavery. New Year's Day celebration, slavery. All of our divorces primarily that happens in today's time due to slavery and oppression, because our people has not been taught how to love. Our people has not been taught how to conduct themselves in a good manner. But good answer though, sis. You was right on. I'm gonna finish reading more on this article. It says pressure on mothers also comes from Instagram and Disney, she believes. There are so many elements to getting it right, from bringing the kids to see Santa to decorating the tree and making the dinner. And it is a sham created by people who want to make money out of it. It is a sham. Like it. Like you see Disney. So like you see Disney and you see commercials and how they got like the big 18 wheeler that's lit up and it's driving through the snow, and they hand somebody a Coca-Cola and there's some white man with a red suit on. They do that. They got this beautiful looking tree that's well lit and put together. And then she go buy a tree from Walmart or Target or Family Dollar. She put it up and it got like big old gashes of space until you can see straight through it. It don't look fluffy and full. So she put the lights on. It don't be looking glorious like the commercial. That's how they view these things. So like they set our women up for failure. I'm in too, but we're talking about this article, so it's focusing on why women have the murderous rage. They go out and they sell you this dream that you can live like this too. You could have your house looking like this. You can have your tree looking like this. When they don't tell people that it involves money. It involves a ton of money. And there's a reason why people who get rich and they stay rich. And there's a reason why they don't tell the secrets to make you rich, because it wouldn't be the same. Like, how important would that Lamborghini Urus be if everybody can buy it? It defeats the purpose of buying because you want something to be exclusive. And that's what makes the rich so damn disgusting, because they treat like their lifestyle has to be exclusive when we all can survive and eat good. Like they'll rather see you dead than to see you than to see you happy, than to see you get money with them. That way we can eradicate being poor. We can eradicate, the starving on the streets or begging for shelter, right? But Instagram, it shows you how to make the finer videos. Same thing with TikTok and Disney. Like everyone's promoting how wonderful Christmas is, but nobody talks about how that's how it is for them. That person that had that lovely Christmas tree, they probably made $700,000 that year. We all know that Disney's a $1 billion company. Like it wasn't for the woman who makes $30,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? She don't even take that home after taxes. So it's not for that woman. You know what I'm saying? So like they put on this facade to have our people believing that you too can do this. You too can look nice. You too can have good things. And another thing why the women was having the murderous intent or the murderous rage is because they're just jealous. Like why my tree don't look like the first lady in at the Oval? Like why my tree don't look like a little baby's girlfriend in their mansion in Texas or Georgia? Why my tree don't look like those trees that you see on Disney, you know what I'm saying, the cartoons and stuff in that nature? It creates jealousy, it creates competition, it creates division. And therefore, that's another load that's placed upon our women as they come around this silly, stupid, evil, dangerous holiday. I have to look at the numbers, but I give these statistics about in America, which is one of the most dangerous holidays, like who dies the most. If I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been Memorial Day, but I'll double check that. But the point is that our women, now that we're reading these articles and the psychology of it's coming out is we're seeing a lot more women who get hurt. You're gonna see a lot more women that hair might fall out, or they might commit suicide, or they're gonna raise their children to be exactly like them. Like they cannot teach their children how to be good, productive people. So from the finish, keep reading on more on the article. So the idyllic depiction of a family Christmas on social media and the movie, she believes, feeds on a woman's sense of identity, which is so often wrapped up in the home. Like I said earlier, like you see everybody else doing, and you think that you can do it too on the same, not on the same budget as them. Like you think because Beyonce put up the tree and that tree looks so big and fluffy. Well, you ain't working with Beyonce money. She's worth $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? So that tree itself probably costs 20 grand, and I'm saying you might just made 30. So like you see everyone else is looking good, and you want to look good too. Like it creates that spirit of jealousy, or it brings out those demons that was dormant, and they come out full effect, and they come out swinging, and they come out charging live. All right. Finish reading on. There's a sense that it. All right, so like it. There's a sense that it reflects on the mother's identity. She says, adding that all, the responsibility for Christmas preparation can make for a heavy mental load. The father will do what he's told, but the mother's project manager and chief bottle washer combined, says O'Malley, who offers tips to women on how to reduce the mental load of Christmas. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in this case, it's talking about what men was doing. Some men just be like, yeah, what up? What you need? I go to the store and buy, and that's about it. Like or at the time when I used to in the world when I fool around with a little bit, I was mostly like a kid still. When I was like an early teenager, like like 13. I was just, hey, what y'all need? You need help put up a tree? I don't really want to, but I'm definitely gonna help you take it down. I help you put it up. But I didn't like well, sometimes later on I ended up helping them put it up versus taking it down versus putting it up, because taking it down I just throw everything in the box and throw it in the attic. But the point is, like, as men especially in the world, they'll just buy something. That's it. So they don't care nothing about if the gifts get wrapped up. They'll just keep it in the closet in the bag. You know what I'm saying? And they'll come peeking, like who didn't peek in the closet, and then just give it to them. You tell him you want a damn PlayStation and you buy a box that's around the same size as a PlayStation, or if you want some tennis shoes and you wrap it up in the size of a tennis shoe box, they know what it is. So like, as men, we didn't have that mental anguish of wanting to know or wanting to compare to other people. We just got what we wanted, and that was it. All right. So And that's what it's just talking about with what the men was. All right, so I'm going to keep going on with the article. It says, recheck your values. Do what you want on Instagram Christmas, or be happy, the family. You cannot have both, says O'Malley. Look at your Christmas and decide what you want. Is it fun, enjoy it, or perfection? Don't choose perfect. Don't try too hard. Trying too hard sucks the joy out of things. So this is Mallory talking as you speaking to the client, saying that, you know what I'm saying, you're choosing something that's going to fail because you're incapable of choosing making the right decision. All right. You got to choose something that you want to have fun. And when she says choose perfection, she said don't choose perfections because perfection means everything went well according to plan. And women cannot handle things when it don't go according to plan. They don't handle things well when you have to have a contingency plan. Women don't even like to even talk about a plan B. That means that their well thought out plan was no good. Like they won't even think of a plan B because they want everything to work right the first time. Why? Because they sat down and they got all these schematics in orders and they drew out everything. They had their web and they brainstormed and created a blueprint and had all their thoughts, well-placed thoughts put together, orchestrated their thoughts and created like a diaphragm of what they want to be done. That way nothing can ever go wrong. That's why women don't think of a plan B because they think that nothing can go wrong. Us as men, like, okay, she said do all that, but what about when I don't have something? What about let's see. You said go this way, go down the street, get this toy, but you ain't think nothing about what happened if they ran out. What's another store that got it? Man, you know, before you drive down, let me just call. Hey, y'all got this toy? Now y'all done. Well, who got it? Who's your competitor? Oh, your competitor Target? Okay, let me call Target. Like men think in a way that we think of things that's going to fail. We think about a plan B and plan C. Generally speaking, I ain't saying all brothers do this, but the point is, generally speaking, a lot of men anticipates failure. You know, it's not that we want things to fail. We just don't want to. We don't like to be blindsided by it. So we just anticipate things. It's not that we want something to fail. We just want things to go right. But if not, here's the backup. Got to have a backup for your backup. All right, so I'm going to finish reading, keep on the article, and she's going right into what I was saying. It says, if something goes wrong, don't let it ruin your day. Don't let a few burnt vegetables ruin your Christmas. If something goes wrong, if something don't go according to your plan, don't sit there and mope and cry and be all sad and wonder why it didn't go your way, so forth and so on. And she says, if you find yourself getting angry or stressed, go somewhere quiet for a few minutes. Get out of the mayhem, she advises. So like, go somewhere quiet and think about what you want from Christmas. It says, be realistic in your expectation as to who does what. It says, don't ask your partner or kids to do something they've never done before. She advises, distribute Christmas chores. So like distribute Christmas chores according to abilities. Women like don't ask me for some 20,000 purse bag and I only make $60,000 a year. I can afford you maybe a $2,000 purse bag if I work hard enough. Definitely $200 one, some $500. Like give out realistic things. But in this case, we don't give a damn about Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't care nothing about no Christmas. We know that this ain't nothing but oppression that's going on to our people. And we're gonna go get into some scriptures about it. We're gonna get to some scriptures about it because our women are sad. Our women have a murderous rage, and our men don't like it as well. It don't benefit us to partake into this lifestyle. It don't benefit us to purchase and have all this spending power just for Christmas. Like it never had benefit the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, primarily the males for this particular subject. Like because the only people who really cares about Christmas is the women and kids. you know, us as men, we'd much rather have something else. Like we'd much rather have, you know, just buy us some strong drink. Just get us something else. You know what I'm saying? Like what else could we use? We could use you know, a nice little gun. We could use like some more strong drink. We could use another video game, some more comfort. Get out of hand. We want more comfort. That's what we would like, more comfort. So like what's going on with the YouTube? All right, we're back up and running. All right, so yeah, that's what things we would like. We would like more comfort. All right. So in some of these scriptures, we're going to talk about what makes the men sad and what makes the Most High angry, and how it is we're able to get to this point. Because Christmas is about money. It's about the wealthy being wealthy. When our women get divorced or when our marriages fail, it was about money. It wasn't about the love. Because when they go inside that court, they don't say, "Hey, I won't have my love back." No, they want that alimony. They want to divide them assets. So I'm gonna bring out just a few scriptures. I ain't gonna keep you up too long. I got some in Maccabees, First Maccabees, and then I also have something in Revelations. All right. So we're gonna speak the truth to our people. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let our people know that like this is something that they don't have to do. Like you don't have to like stress yourself out to go buy this gifts for this child. Like you know, I understand like they go to school with their other peers and kids can be incredibly mean, but you gotta guard up your children. You gotta weaponize them well to protect themselves from mean children or from bullies, and how to defend themselves when it comes to like talking to the other kids. Let it be known that in your philosophy, your ideology, your doctrine, that yeah, you might tell me Happy New Year, say whatever, okay, thank you. But like saying to you, if you want to go say it back, no, thank you. I don't celebrate New Year's. I don't celebrate Christmas. Let them know what your position is if they want to sit down and have that conversation, you know, to dialogue. But outside of that, you know, we ain't telling nobody no Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. It ain't even the new damn year. But that started, like I said in last week's class, that's what started by the Romans. Julius, of the god Janus, had a face forward and a face pointing backwards, which represent the end of things and the new of things. It's not even the new year. It's still in the dead of winter. You know what I'm saying? It's just barely started winter too. You're going into like the middle of it. All right, so we're gonna get into this article. We're gonna go to some scriptures, and we're gonna go to the First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 27, and then we're gonna go to Revelations. All right, so there's a reason why, if you never thought of it or even asked yourself, there's a reason why, you know, Chinese have like their own New Year's, but a lot of Chinese people celebrate Christmas. Africans, all of the European countries, they have like their own form of Christmas. And definitely heavy over here in America. Most definitely is heavy. There's a reason why we do these things that even once you learn the truth. The main thing we do all these things that hurts the children of Israel is because we're all oppressed. It was because we feel that we don't have any leaders. Because like, how come Commander Yohana's not on CNN every time you turn on the TV? Why isn't the leader of Israel not being on the TV, sending out the Lord's word? You know what I'm saying? Speaking the Lord's truth. You know what I'm saying? Putting the truth out there. I'll tell you why. It's because, one, we hate our leaders. Two, once you do hear the truth, you know what I'm saying? That truth hurts. Like you don't want to change. And some of us are just, not us in UPK, but like our people in the world, like some of us are just too afraid to stand against oppression, to stand against the social norms of what our oppressor says we can and cannot do. So that's one of the reasons why we still in the predicament that we're in today. Like, you know that Christmas has nothing to do with Jesus' birthday. So why still say it? No, they just let it do it because it's fun. You know that you saving up all this money and buying these toys, and before you even bought or paid rent, you put yourself at risk of getting kicked out. Will be a eviction notice on your record. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that not on that? Why is it not a thought? It is a thought, but there's some just don't care because our people are destroyed. Our people are oppressed because all they know is to do this for this child. All they know is to do this for themselves, for their family members. Oh, well, we had it Christmas at aunties and uncles the previous 2 years. Now it's my turn to bring out the family. All right. So Christmas is what's really murdering, is giving our women the murderous rage, because Christmas ain't nothing but oppression. All right, if Christmas ain't nothing but just slavery. All right, and they do things, they conquer lands just to oppress our people. Like, don't think that Esau was just this random explorer. And I'm talking about all white people, all sectors of them, whether they be German or French or Spaniard or American or Australian or British or Irish or Scottish or the Vikings, whatever Edomite is out there, Germans or European Jews, the Jewish man, the Ashkenazi, all of them, they expand their borders. They go out not because they're explorers. They go out looking. They go out hunting. They come out hunting us, just so they can put us back into chains. All right. So in the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 27. That's where we're gonna go at. First Maccabees 1. Oh, First Maccabees 1 and First Maccabees 1 and 27. All right. So, and it reads, every bridegroom took up lamentations. So, for those of you who don't know, lamentations is a word that so describes the children of Israel when we're in our calamity, when we're being oppressed. Some of us are angry, but some of us feel what lamentations means based on the definitions. You know, like sorrow and sad. You know, a bridegroom is it's the male. You know what I'm saying? That's about to get married to the wife. All right. And every bridegroom took a lamentation. Everyone was sad. You understand? Like, we were sad and, you know what I'm saying, oppressed. It says, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in a heaviness. Verse 28. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof. When it talks about like the land move, those are like the borders. Those are like the maps. Those are like that's like the land. That's them changing the name of the land. Like, how many times was the continent of Africa changed? I hear it used to be called Kush, and we hear it's called what is it called now? It used to be called, what's the other word? Ethiopia, and now it's Africa. It's Africa, you know, so forth and so on, right? So we now know over here in America, you know, it's named after man Amerigo Vespucci, but they didn't call it America. You know what I'm saying? They just changed the borders. They hunt. You understand? Like, that's all they do. They change the borders. They change the maps. They change the names of everything. That's just so they can go out to hunt. Just so they can go out to oppress the Lord's chosen people. So that's all Christmas is. It's another tool to oppress our people. It's another faction of what our people don't need to do, what they don't need to be a part of. All right? Because that's all we do is Salaki. That's all our people do is deal with confusion. All right, now I'm better. Yeah, so all it is causes the confusion. All it is they keep the confusion up just so they can oppress. Because the moment a person stop becoming confused and they actually can know who the enemy is and not be afraid, we can provoke the Most High to send Christ to come down overnight. You know what I'm saying? But we all know he's still the Lord, so we're here to decide when he's ready. But the point is, he can most definitely get up in his truth, and he can definitely continue to hear our prayers and to answer them quickly, expeditiously. You understand? All right, so I'm gonna keep going back and forth between these articles because there's some more information on there. I might just jump up a little bit. I'm gonna jump up because she put in something in there that I found to be extremely heavy. What does she say? It is because you probably could do like a little poll on this yourself without even having to be a psychologist to ask general question and find out what's the senses of certain women in their age groups, how they feel, what it's like of how they feel, and what did they do to change it, and so forth and so on. All right, so I'm trying to fast forward up on the article. All right, and because it talks about, I'm just going to say it. It talks about women missing their cycle because of the stress. You know, a lot of stress is, mental. You know what I'm saying? And they just get so damn stressed out over a tree with lights and balls and maybe standing about 7 to 9 feet tall. You understand? That's what they want. They want that. Yeah, that's what they desire. And everyone coming to your house to eat some nasty pig's butt they call ham. You know what I'm saying? Or you do all this stuff and that little snobbish kid of yours be like, nah, mom, you got the wrong toy. I don't want this one. You understand? So we got to understand like certain things we just have to leave alone. You gotta do it quick as possible. Like you're gonna celebrate a holiday that has nothing to do with your people, but during a time when like it's cold outside, like why not grind and get something at the end of winter or in the summer or spring, hell or fall? Like why you wanna grind when it's cold outside and bones get weak and body gets brittle? Like who would want to do any of that? But you know what I'm saying, that's just the lifestyle that they portray onto our people. So like I'm just looking for this I'm skimming through the article. I wanted to focus more on the part when it says how they missed their cycle and they thought they was pregnant. Because that's how much stress a woman is put underneath this spirit of Christmas. Like everyone thought it's supposed to be all happy and merry and good and jolly, but Christmas is an evil, evil, wicked holiday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure what would be considered like the worst, but Christmas is a terrible, terrible holiday that happens, you know what I'm saying, that we should not deal with, that we should not want to partake into. So like I think the YouTube is going down. Yeah, find out why we having problems. Let me turn it off. So like at YouTube, I see we having problems. All right, we'll see if I can back up and running. Maybe it's my phone. All right, so it might have been my phone then. Okay, let's see. She gave girls, many of our moms are fed up with being heavily relied upon for partners. All right, so I'm gonna just go up for free, read a little bit more on the article. I ain't gonna read the whole entire thing. It's a pretty lengthy article, but it's good information in there. And on the survey of women in the age group that they had talked to. Okay. So let's go into. They talk about the husbands not want to celebrate it and so forth and so on. And then also with Christmas, another reason why they have so much problems is they do every damn thing. Like they want to do all the stuff, the decorating, the budgeting, the planning, the buying, the overspending, and with nobody to put it up. All right, so for looking more on the article now, she's interviewing another client. It says that remember there will always be someone who won't pull their weight. This is what the wife is saying. She's talking about her husband, obviously. It says, I do everything from the gift shopping to decorating. And it says Helen Bullock adores Christmas, but her husband says he just isn't interested. I like the whole thing. He likes to avoid it, says the school teacher, who claims that when it comes to Christmas, it's all down to her. He don't want no parts of it. Like he ain't stressing, he ain't tripping. That's what he's saying to her. Like he has no interest, just has no interest in Christmas, and so I do everything. He won't even hear of it. She says, he won't even hear of it till around December 20th, says the 31-year-old, who's the mother of a 3-year-old boy. I do everything from the gift shopping to decorating. I'm organized. I'm currently engaged in Santa shopping on my own. She said she loved the atmosphere and whatever. And it's not that her husband actively hates the festive season, but she explains he's simply uninvested and uninvolved. He likes the house decorated and looking nice. He has no issue with Christmas per se. He's just not that interested. Like these are some things, and this is a white couple that is showing. This is just some men who just don't give a damn. Like it's just not that important to our people or to us, generally speaking. But women put all these heavy burdens onto themselves, and it causes that type of stress. It causes that type of rage. And this is all in the Christmas spirit, because Christmas ain't nothing but an oppressive holiday that slaves our people, that encourages our people to die, encourages our people to divorce, and encourage our women to have the murderous rage. All right. It says, when it comes to getting inside of the festive spirit, Helen teams up with like-minded friends with husbands who are equally unenthused by the festives. So she found out other women, like a women alert group, like, hey, I gotta do Christmas by myself type stuff. All right. So reading a little more. It says a lot of men aren't interested in Christmas because they've always had everything done for them. They grew up with mommy doing everything, and they have just expectation that Christmas just happens. So this is a woman talking about the burden of it. It says the burden of Christmas emphasizes that the battle of the sexes believe Dinaku Amada McLaughlin, 35, who has a 15-year-old daughter. For most women, Christmas is the most stressful time of the year. Typically, it's the battle of the sexes. Men are clueless when it comes to Christmas, and they don't understand the shopping or buying the turkey. The onus is on the mother to have everything perfect. Everyone just expects the woman to get on with it. It's very traditional role for the mother. It's outdated. Mothers never relaxes because there's so much to do. It says, Christmas, says an Post employee who lives in Milan. It's like a competition for women, but one without a prize. There is no prize for the mothers who put too much in pressure on themselves to have the most nicely decorated homes and the most successful presents. A mother never relaxes because there's so much to do. Christmas is a big burden for women, far more so than for men. You'll get a present from a couple, and more than likely, the man won't even know what it is. So this is just other people still in other races still saying in other countries how Christmas just doesn't benefit their people. All right. I'm still scheming through it. I'm gonna get down to what the doctor has said, or the psychiatrist. Says they had to miss their monthly, and that's just the stress of it. And also, I'm gonna get into another scripture. We'll go to the book of Revelations, the 11th chapter. Revelations 11 and 4. That'll probably be. I'm read on 11 for a little bit. The 11th chapter. And we'll take it from there. I'm gonna find a little more on this article. More on the article says, I'm saying that when it comes to Christmas, it's very much up to the women. Definitely the pressure is on me. My husband is quite because sanguine about it because he doesn't see it as his responsibility. So like other men, it's just showing like men are just indifferent about it, don't really care, and they don't care nothing about it. So the one person posted a question, but why is Christmas still a woman's job? And the answer was, it always seemed to be the woman who takes the responsibility for these big occasions. I think it's ingrained into society mindset and into women's mindset, as she observes. Mother of 11-year-old twins in Dublin, born Shonera Malone, automatically assumes that much of the annual responsibilities of organizing Christmas in her family. It said when she grew up, her mother did everything for Christmas and incredibly special. And she became a mom, and she automatically assumed that this was how they do things. It says, men don't see their fathers doing it, and they're not as invested. So that's just one of the main reasons why you don't see men. Like, you take like a typical, like a single father, and he has like, you know what I'm saying, his kids with him. You don't see men going all out and crying and fussing about Christmas because, hell, we didn't see our fathers do it. If we ain't see our fathers do it, we're not going to do it. It says, growing up is very much about role models, and that is what I saw. Men don't see their fathers doing it, and they're not as invested in it. Mothers does the Christmas cake and the mince pies, ordering the turkey and organizing the gifts. In our age group, it's mostly mothers who do it. Men just don't give a damn. All right. You know, that's just what it is. Like, man, just don't care. Um, it's not that big of a deal to us. Like, it's just not big of a deal to us. All right, so it's a pretty big article, you know. So you always just Google up women with the murderous intent, murderous rage during the spirit of Christmas. All right, and let me see where's you at. The murderers. Also, let's go ahead and go to Revelations. I might need to read that part again about that murderous rage. Some women just don't understand like the things that women put themselves through to appease some snobbish little kid that need a whooping, that needed some discipline, that's going to do everything it can just to compete with his friends. All right. Exactly. So that's what we got to work on is getting our women prepared to stop being the ones who think they can take on stress. The main thing is a woman, she was built to give birth. She wasn't made to deal with that type of stress that she placed on herself. But the reason she placed that type of stress on herself is because of slavery. It's because of oppression. It's because of how society pushes Christmas into our face, albeit due to slavery, albeit due to money. All right. So let me go to Revelations, the 11th chapter. I'm gonna go to verse 4. Start at verse 4. Revelations 11 and 4. All right. And it says, these are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before God of the earth. So if you don't know what it's talking about, like the two olive trees and the two branches, it's like the two olive trees and the two candlesticks. That is like, it's talking about the northern and southern kingdom. It's talking about the northern and southern kingdoms. So I can fix my shirt. Getting a little hot up in here. It's talking about the northern and southern kingdom. All right. And it says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouths and devour their enemies. So, like when it says fire speak out of their mouths, like talking about the truth. We come out and we blaze and talking about this is the crimes that Esau had committed against Jacob. This is what the Lord says he's going to do to this race of people. You know what I'm saying? They should be destroyed. Not a remnant shall remain. So forth and so on. All right. So I'm going to keep going. It says, and their enemies, and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. So like something like that, like, y'all come out to hurt us. The Lord said, like, no, y'all gonna be destroyed. This was gonna happen to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we should have this mentality about Christmas. We should be the ones who, so have the idea or the ideology to say, you know what? Christmas is just too terrible. It's causing our women to have this murderous rage. They're getting so damn stressed out. They're missing their monthly. They're thinking they're pregnant. They're pulling out their hair or their hair is falling out. Yeah, when I grew up, I ain't have no father in the house, so I ain't see men doing no Christmas. I saw my mother doing it, but I just don't give a damn. So, us as men, we have to start telling them, saying, hell with Christmas. We ain't spending nothing. If I see you over there trying to buy it, I'm going to have to take it from you. You don't have to just put the foot down. We ain't doing no shopping in December. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what we have to do to protect our women, and to protect our kids as well. Like, because it's a repetitive cycle, like a generational thing. But like they just study and study. Women and parents go all out for Christmas. All right. So I'm gonna keep on reading. It says, verse 6. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. You know what I'm saying? That's us when, like when most I say, we'll have the power to do what needs to be done. We'll have the fortitude to do whatever's necessary. We'll be the ones that'll be able to, you know what? This is your punishment. Here's the judgment. And this is how we're going to operate. All right. So I'm going to keep going. Verse 5. It says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he and his man must be killed. Salaki, I read that one. Verse 7, Salaki. Let's scroll up. And when shall they have finished their testimony? The beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. So in that bottomless pit, what beast was that doing? What beast is that right now? Could it be the oppressor? Yeah, that is the beast. But in class, we're talking about like the spirit of Christmas, like New Year, the same old problems. Like it's a new year. Like if I was to take this article and the article was to go out to the earth and everyone read this article and say that it is facts, how many of our women still going to celebrate Christmas? Like how many of our women is still going to go out and stress themselves out, thinking they have a husband that's going to help them? He ain't helping because he's just not he's not interested. How many of our women who's not going to train our children? We have to train our children and teach our children that you don't have to be so mean to your peers because they don't have the latest toy. But why not just buy toys regularly? You understand? So like that says they fought and prevailed against us. Christmas has fought and prevailed against us. All right. Verse 8. And their body shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Spiritually, I don't know if y'all don't know, Sodom is LGBTQ. All right. And Egypt, Egypt is synonymous for like slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's what it says spiritually, like called Sodom. It's spiritually called homosexuality and slavery. All right. All right. It says, let's start off with verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. You know what I'm saying? And those cities was like big cities, you know what I'm saying? Just think of cities like today, like America, France, or those countries rather, you know, Great Britain, Spain, stuff like that. You know, those are big cities, all right? Verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in the graves. We all know that today, like they love to look at our dead bodies. They love to hang us up. They love to use our skin, to use our dentures, to have us put up in like alcoves and have our skulls on display. I might need to bring out the article if I can find it, of a university they found underneath it. You know, so they had like secret passageways, and professors and old teachers of the university would just take slaves and black people and study their bodies and hang them up and not put them in the ground. We all heard about what they did with Nat Turner when they finally caught the brother, chopped him up into pieces and held his body parts. Like, they never want to see us. They like to see us dead, and they'll put us in, but they won't give us a proper burial. Like, they'll kill us and hold on to us. I guess to remind themselves, look, this is my big catch. All right, verse 11. I mean, it's like verse 10. It says, and they shall dwell upon the earth, and shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall sing gifts to one another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. It says they shall make merry. Like they love to be in the Christmas spirit. And they love to send gifts to one another. That is Christmas all day. Make merry and send gifts. You know what I'm saying? So like Christmas has destroyed our people. Christmas is destroying our women, giving them the murderous rage, messing up their body hormones and throwing off their body. The stress is killing our people. And then on top of that, I ain't even got a chance to get into like the class about the same problems. Like the problems, we just make it individually based. Like the problems you have 2 months ago, same problems you had with Big Mama, same problems you had with your son, same problems y'all had with your husband or your wife, will be the same problems you have now. And like it's just a new year, as they say, right? But no one works to fix those problems. Like if you're gonna believe, because America tells you that, so I can see why you believe that. If you believe that it's a new year, why not work on fixing the problems that makes you think you have to wait till a new year to become a new person? Why not fix the problems and be the better person? All right. But scripture talking about they were merry and they were sending gifts. Like Christmas has prevailed against the Lord's people. It has killed us. It has killed us to the point where like we just take whatever our person gives us. We reject the truth. We're hard-headed, we're stiff-necked. But you know, the Lord will always send out a prophet or his prophets out before he's ready to lay down his judgment. And that's the ISUPK under Commander Junior High. All right, so I'm going to discuss a little bit more about the problems and New Year's. I brought out last week about how slaves really felt about New Year's. What was it called? What was that thing? New Year's for slaves called? Good, no, I had it in my notes. I had it in my head too. Shucks. Anyway, Salakia. The New Year's resolution. What was New Year's Eve called for slave? New Year's Day. Salakia. for slaves. It was what was it called? Because it was so for New Year's, I brought out last week. I can't believe the day is slipping my daggone tongue. It's slipping my mind. It's right on my tongue. Heartbreak Day, and it was another day. Hiring Day, that's what it was. Hiring Day, Salaki. So, as I brought out last week, our ancestors went through what they call Heartbreak Day or Hiring Day. It's because of during the New Year's, that's when they'll sell their slaves, they'll break up families, mothers to husbands to children. And they'll break up an entire family. You never know if you'll see your family ever again. Now, why I bring it up today is because with the New Year's and your New Year's resolution, all you're doing is having another heartbreak. You're going to make this New Year's resolution with no system put in place to ensure that you're going to achieve that task. You're going to make this New Year's resolution to ensure that you're going to fix such said problem. Everyone just says Happy New Year. What the hell? Let's just say it is the New Year. What the hell makes it so damn happy? The bill's still high. Food is getting high. You still got to work 60 hours a week. And if you're working 60 hours a week, it's still paycheck to paycheck. You don't get any reward. Last time you woke up, you know what I'm saying, it was cold in the house. When I say cold in the house, I'm referring to that the heat got shut off, or as we experienced in Nashville, we had like a -8 wind chill. So a lot of pipes busted. A lot of people lost power, didn't have no power. It was freezing cold. The point is, like, you get this new year and you still have the same damn problems. The reason why you had the same damn problems. The reason why you had the same problems is because no one puts in the work. No one addresses the real issues. Because you don't have to wait till January 1st to work on issues. If you're having financial problems, I'm pretty sure you had it before January came. If you're having spousal problems, I'm pretty sure you had it before January came. And one of the most common New Year's resolutions I used to hear, I'm not sure what it is now, but one of the most common was like about weight. You like your body. You got a lot of women who wants to lose weight to get like their spring bikini and their summer body weight. And then I used to hear about, man, this year I'm going to get some money. This year I'm going to grind. Well, listen, you've been grinding for the past 3 years and ain't got it yet. Maybe you need to do something a little different with your grind. But the point is, no matter what year comes up, these are still the same problems. You can grind all day. If you ain't got nothing, no wisdom with that grind, you might have to get yourself a little bit higher paying job, or you might have to sacrifice some grind to get such said degree or such said experience. All right, or what's the other words? Tools. I use tools for lack of better words to get these different type of jobs. But the new year, new you, no, it ain't even new year. But even if it was, I'll entertain for this second just to make the point clear. You got a new year, new you. What makes the year new? Let's say it's a new year. That's fine. What makes you new? Because you said you're not gonna go back to this person. Okay, you're not gonna go back to this person. Get yourself a new person. And once y'all break up for the first time, what do? You go right back to them. Or you say, this is the year you're gonna lose some weight. Okay, you lost that weight. It might be good for health reasons, of course. You lose the weight. You know what happens after you lost that weight? You lose all the discipline, right? And then you gain that weight all the way back. So what benefit did you really get if you don't have like the system is put in place or the discipline? New year, same problems. Like all the things that plague black people, we had it before January, and you're gonna have it after that. If we really want to celebrate the new year, let's celebrate the Lord's annual Passover. And that's the new year. If you want to be a new person, this is how you become a new person. With some of the same problems, or the problems that you have, that's fine. Let's work to getting those problems fixed. Because all these people talking about New Year and they think they're a new person, they get no counseling. Like they don't speak to no psychiatrist. They don't get no advice. They don't get no cooperation in with their thoughts. They don't have like no understanding of what's going on. So they just think that, oh yeah, new year, new you, you can do whatever it is you like. No, you can't do whatever it is you like, because you belong to someone. You are tied to the hip to someone. And that person will tied to the hip as the Lord's chosen people. Uh, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're tied to the Most High. The scripture says the Most High he's a husband to us. You know what I'm saying? And we played the harlot on the Most High. But if you want to be a new person, this is how you become a new person, right? With inside of any year, the old year, the new year, leap year, rough year, all the years. This is how you become a new person. If you're a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, come up to the fold of the ISUPK. That's the start. Come up into the fold of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. That's the start of it. Now, you know, you get up in this class, get this truth, and watch how this truth will mold you into a new person, will mold you to becoming like born again. Like when you used to be like a stripper, or you used to be a slut, or you used to sell dope, or you used to steal a lot. Get into this class, learn this truth, and stop stealing. Stop being a slut. Stop being a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Stop selling dope. Now that's how you become a new person, right? Now, let's talk about the problems. A lot of us could be poor. So, you know, you got to worry about, okay, where the food coming from, or how you going to pay this bill, or man, this job just ain't cutting it. Here's where your problems can still be your problems, but they can start to go down to your problems can start to not become a problem, not become a big problem. Let's say you got stuff like no lights and no food. We have food programs. You know, you got brothers and sisters who cook a little extra. You know what I'm saying? You got some brothers and sisters who no different income restriction programs and food programs that can help out our people. You know, so that's how you start to fix some of those problems. Let's say the child being unruly, there's counseling for children, especially if he's a little snobbish little asshole. Don't even worry about it. Don't give that little ninja nothing, or that little princess who's supposed to be a princess. Don't give her nothing either. Just get more kids. So now there's a lot of things that we can do that's not necessarily considered the new year, new you. Like if you want to become a new person, come up in the truth. If you're tired of the same old problems, because life is you're gonna have problems, right? But it can be problems that are manageable. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord already said that He ain't gonna put you through none that you can't handle or get out of. Right? So you still have some problems, but it'll be problems that you can manage that you wouldn't even complain about. You might start getting new problems and the old ones that just went away. You just gotta fight for it. You gotta prepare your mind to fight and prepare your mind to battle, to fight all manners of problems, whether it be finances, whether it be. So what about the finances? Like you might find a brother or sister in the school, and that particular slaver might be hiring, and next thing you know, you went from making $11 an hour to $23 an hour. So that fixed one of the financial problems. You can be financially illiterate. We got some brothers who owns businesses, can teach you how they started their business. And they know people who do taxes. Like you're gonna have problems. You promise that, but it don't have to be the same problems every single year. You know what I'm saying? So the new year, new you. No, it's not the new year, and you're not a new anything because you've done nothing to change. You understand? Like, in order to be new, it has to be something that's unused. You know what I'm saying? And if you're saying it's a new year, new you, if you've been used before, you ain't new. That's why the title of the class was New Year, Same Problems, because no one puts in the work that's going to really fix the problems that plague the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. For us in the Israelite School of UPK, yes, we got problems, and some of them old, some of them had left for a few years but came back. But the problem is, it's not the new year. and we're working on these problems to get them fixed. Like, we're not going to wait till January 1st or 2nd or 3rd to decide, I'm going to fix this problem that's been hurting me and affecting me ever since October of last year. Like, now let's go ahead, find out what the problem is, brainstorm how to defeat the problem in the time frame that'll take, and then go from there. But listen, Israel, we got to understand that there is a concerted effort to put us behind the eight ball, meaning this. There's people who desire to see us fail. There's people who wants us to not love one another. They want to see us dead in the streets for 3 days and a half. And that is the children of Edom, whether he be French, Spaniard, British, English, Russian, German, Ashkenazi Jew, American, so forth and so on. Christmas is an enemy to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It makes our women be in a rage. And some of these on this article, these were white women. Because you don't imagine what our sisters are going through. You know what I'm saying? They're even further behind the eight ball. Like, celebrating Christmas and knowing the origin of it does not benefit Black people. The New Year's. Real quick snippet about the New Year's. For our people to think they want to go out, who went out and, to celebrate New Year's, and they drunk all they can drink, and they binge drinking, and they got with women and slept with women, and they got with men and started driving behind the wheel, and they started shooting guns in a celebratory fashion. All these nonsense that happened during New Year's still did not benefit Black people. Once you did all that, you went right back home to the same problems. Like, hell, if you wanted to drink and get drunk, you could have just drunk the previous few months before that. You know what I'm saying? So, celebrating New Year's, it's hiring day. And our ancestors hated that because it broke up the family, right? But do you think that you can just get together and when it's cold outside and drink alcohol and possibly get alcohol poisoning or driving drunk? Supposed to be out there entrapment. So celebrating New Year's, it has never benefited Black people because it's still the dead of winter. And one, it's not the New Year's, but two, all they're doing is promoting you to just go out and party without even brainstorming or to how to fix such said a problem. All right. So it says New Year, but actuality, I might need to remix the class. It's the same year with the same damn problems. If you want to be a new person, new year, new you, the New Year's and Passover. And if you've never been, you should show up. Now, that's a new you right there. All right, with that, I'm President Officer Darakia of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Listen, Israel, we have a Passover coming up. All right, and you need to be there. If you want to be a new person, you come to Passover. You know what I'm saying? Same problems. Hey, you come there and the problems don't even exist no more. You get around the brothers in the Akim, you know what I'm saying? You get around the brothers and the sisters, you forget about them problems. I know I had a problem last year, you know what I'm saying? But whatever problems you're facing, like it goes away. And then when you get there, had a good time and you have now a sound mind, a happy mind that you can not think about the pressure or the pressure of fixing that problem. Now you can brainstorm. Like, hey, I'm dealing with this right here. What can be done? So let's ask this brother here. Let's ask this sister right here. Let's get a little more counseling right there. And this is the action that you have to take to fix this problem. Do that and report back to me in a week or 2 weeks or a month, so forth and so on. So that's how we do things in Israel. So if you want to be a new year, new you, with all the problems gone, come to Passover, Israel. All right, with that, for all the brothers, I say, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. All right, Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General Yohana got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, UPK Natazal, Kwarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the Convention Center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
ISUPK presents the 54th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. Last year we did it big. This year is going to be way big. More brotherhood, more sisterhood, more UPK. On Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, we're going to be at 421 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Raleigh Hotel Ballroom. We call it all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join us.
Your third eye peephole, line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early. This bitch.
Remember, admission to the Passover is $200 per adult. That's $200 per adult. For more information, call 919-697-8257. Call 919-697-8257.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we bustin' it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed 5 for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new pair of bellums.
You see just how it